Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Jared Goff and the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams as they match up with Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They're halfway home, looking good, at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
All right now, Black 80!
58, the mic! Come off the ball, hard!
Black and turn!
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and play.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Vance McDonald with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Now here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that. But, boy, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season. They go with Gurley on first down, but he goes nowhere. They bottled him up for a loss of a couple. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Delayed give, off to Gurley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On first down, it's Samuels. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's third down. On third down, Roethlisberger throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here.
Here we go, here we go.
They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger, able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
Two-jet bomber, two-jet bomber.
Ben to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, but it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. That was the safety Taylor Rapp right there on the coverage. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
We take a look ahead at what's to come later tonight. Sunday Night Football, it'll be the Vikings and the Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Seahawks and the Niners from Levi's Stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Gurley again here on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Ready? 180.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
230.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
180.
So we have come to halftime at what's already a 2-touchdown game. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go one more.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he finds McDonald. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And an ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. Sheds another. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Snell yet again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely... And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. The throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. On first down, it's Gurley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing on third, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Roethlisberger, and he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
A run for Snell. Michael Brockers in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 36, Roethlisberger, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2nd and 10, Goff again. He gets it to Gurley, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
180.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. It's going to be a long...
Starting the drive was Snell. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They're going to run again with Snell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want football.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Call looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. That's how you, Charles. You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners
yeah.
who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
All right, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes, we're not going to win. So let's get out there.
That! Black 20! Black inside! All right, now. Black 30! Black inside! Set! White 80! Blue 30! Ready? Black 80! Set up! Set! Black 20! White 8 set! Set! Black 80! Black 20 set! Set! White 80! Black 20 set! Here we go, here we go! Blue 30! Black is on! That! Black 80! Black 20 set!
Well, fellas, there's not a whole lot I can say about that performance today. We have high aspirations as a team. If we want to get there, we got to raise our game. Because if we repeat what I saw out there today at the next practice, it is going to be a very long season. We can do better.
That! Black 20! Black 8 set! That! Blue 30! Blue 30 set! That! Black 5! Set up! All right,
This
now,
is it.
Black 20!
We are going for gold.
White 8 set!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. The game is really starting to slow down for you, isn't it?
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday night.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Set. Left 30. Come to my work.
Here's Benny Snell Jr., the rookie from Kentucky. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Snell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is because...
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
To throw again on second down. Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Play fake. Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Olivier Vernon brings him down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Snell going to try the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he goes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Ryan Switzer, 30 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield now. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Roethlisberger. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
180. 53 is the mark.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
Dante Moncrief, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dante Moncrief, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Roethlisberger, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Draw play, and it's Snell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to throw up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And now he'll tuck it and run. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was the big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Roethlisberger. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Ready?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Roethlisberger now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Snell, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he finds McDonald. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dante Moncrief with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Browns on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Mayfield's throw finds Callaway complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Mayfield. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
Dad! 180! Check 53. Monday. Son, I'm coming for you, son.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
All right, now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 53.
Yo. Snickers, gotta spin.
6 guys. Check 6.
Oh, Roethlisberger gonna throw. He's gonna fire, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they suffer their 4th loss so far. Your player is now ready to play, but is not 100%. There is a high chance of re-injury if you play him. It's your decision. You have a player healed from injury and ready to play.
All right. Get moving, men. I don't want to see anyone walking around. Winners do not walk. Let's see some hustle out there today. We got a big game this week.
Set! Blue 30. Black, what's that? Ready? Black 5! Black, what's that? That! Black 20! Black, it's on! That! Black 3rd! Black, what's that? That! White 80! Black, it's that? Here we go. Black 80! Black, it's that? That! Black 20! Blue 13! That! Black 80! That! That! White 80! White 80! That! Blue 30! Black, what's that? That! Black 80! Black, what's that? All right, now. White 80! Black, it's on! That! Black 20! Black, what's that?
All right. Small steps in the right direction. That's
Ready?
what we've been talking
230.
about. And you know what?
Black,
Today
it's
you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Black inside. That. Black 20. Blue 30. That. Black 30. Set. Here we go, here we go.
You got one shot left. We are going for gold.
Wide exit.
Hey, you know what, guys? That was pretty dang good. And you know what gets me really excited? You haven't even reached the top of your potential yet. Not even close. Each and every one of you, take that as a challenge and see if you can find that next level.
Set. Black 20. Black 20. That. Black 80. Black is on. That. White 80. Black 20. That. Blue 30. Black is on.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today.
All right, now.
The game
Black
is really
80.
starting to slow down for you.
Black is on.
I can't wait to see what you do on Sunday. Good job.
That. White 80. Blue 30. Ready? Black 20. Set. That. Blue 30. White exit. That. Black 5. Black 20.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. The game is really
Black
starting
20.
to slow down for you, isn't it? I can't wait to see what you're going to do on Sunday. Good job.
Black 20. Here we go, here we go. Black is on. That. White 80. Black 20. That. Black 80. Black is on. That. Black 20. Black is on.
All right. Small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking
Black
about.
80.
And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small
Blue
steps.
30.
I'm proud of you.
That. Set. All right, now. Blue 30. White exit. That. Black 80. Black 20. Ready? White 80. Black 20.
Well, fellas, there's not a whole lot I can say about that performance today.
That. Black 20.
We have high aspirations as a team. If we want to get
Black
there, we
is
got to
on.
raise our game. Because if we repeat what I saw out there today at our next practice, it is going to be a very long season. We can do better.
That. Blue 30. Black 20. Black inside. Here we go, here we go. Black 20. Black inside.
No pressure, but this is it. We are going for gold.
Blue, third touch.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. The game is really starting to slow down.